Okay. What's the other license that you provided him?
The driver's license?
Yeah. Let me see that one. Picture one. Can you run me person, please? No, I need the driver's license that you provided him.
I dropped it in my mom's car when she came to get me.
March 13th, 2020, 12:40 a.m., Louisville, Kentucky. A quiet apartment complex. Most people are asleep. Lights are off. Silence fills the hallway. Then, a sudden knock. Loud, aggressive, repeated. Police. Inside, a 26-year-old woman jolts awake. Within seconds, the door is forced open. Gunshots erupt. Chaos, screaming, confusion. And just like that, a life is gone. Police would later claim they were executing a lawful warrant tied to a criminal investigation. But what the footage, witnesses, and timeline would later reveal shocked the entire country. Her name was Breonna Taylor. She wasn't a criminal, she wasn't dangerous, she wasn't hiding. She was an emergency room technician, a frontline worker, someone who spent her days helping save lives. Friends described her as calm, kind, responsible. The kind of person who planned her future carefully. That night, she was home with her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. They had gone to bed. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. Just a normal night. Until it wasn't. Because outside her door, police were preparing to break in. And they believed they had a reason. The operation was led by officers from the Louisville Metro Police Department. Among them, Jonathan Mattingly, Brett Hankison, Miles Cosgrove. Their mission? Execute a no-knock search warrant. The target? A suspected drug operation. Police claimed that Breonna Taylor's apartment was connected to a man already under investigation. They said they believed evidence could be inside. But here's the first problem. Breonna Taylor was not the suspect. And the man they were looking for? He was already in police custody, miles away. Still, the officers approached her door. They say they knocked. They say they announced themselves. But what happened next depends on who you believe. Inside the apartment, Kenneth Walker heard banging. Not police, not clearly. Just noise. Fear kicks in. He grabs his licensed firearm. Then, the door bursts open. Walker fires one shot. He later says he believed someone was breaking in. Police return fire. A storm of bullets floods the apartment. More than 20 shots. In seconds, Breonna Taylor is hit multiple times. She collapses. No warning, no chance, no escape. And then, silence. But the questions were just beginning. Because what police reported next didn't fully match what witnesses were saying. Police reports claimed they knocked, they announced themselves, they followed protocol. But neighbors told a different story. Several witnesses said they never heard police identify themselves. Only loud banging, then gunfire. No body cam footage existed from the officers entering the apartment. That alone raised eyebrows. But it got worse. One officer, Brett Hankison, fired blindly through a window into a neighboring apartment. Those bullets could have killed someone else. And yet, at first, the official narrative stayed intact. Until more details surfaced. And what really happened next shocked everyone.
Investigators began to uncover serious issues. Questionable warrant. The warrant was based on weak connections. The main suspect was already detained. No-knock confusion. Police claimed they announced themselves, but evidence strongly suggested otherwise. Excessive force. Over 20 rounds fired into a small apartment, one officer firing recklessly into other homes. Failure of accountability. No body cam footage of the entry. Conflicting statements. Incomplete reports. Delayed medical response. Breonna Taylor did not receive immediate aid. Piece by piece, the story unraveled, and the truth became impossible to ignore. When the story broke, the reaction was explosive. Protests erupted across the United States. Her name joined others in a growing national outcry. People demanded answers, accountability, justice. In Louisville, Kentucky, the streets filled with voices. Chants echoed through the night. Say her name. Justice for Breonna. What started as one case became a symbol of something much bigger. The legal aftermath was complicated. Brett Hankison was fired, but not for Breonna Taylor's death. He was charged for endangering neighbors. The other officers were not directly charged for her killing. A grand jury decision sparked even more outrage. Later, the city reached a $12 million settlement with Breonna Taylor's family, one of the largest of its kind. But for many, it wasn't enough, because money doesn't replace a life, and justice still felt out of reach.